Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's K2 from the United Souls crew. We're here doing a deep dive rewind episode 10, Celebrate Again. This is the start of section 2 now. We've made it all the way to Las Vegas, completed section 1, Venice Beach to Las Vegas, and now we're in Vegas. And now the fun starts. This is a great episode. We had a lot of fun. You can tell walking through the desert makes everybody feel a little goofy, a little silly. We had fun with a little skit in the beginning. A lot of times when we were walking, we'd be talking about these kind of like skits we could do and funny little situations. That's something that we definitely got to do some talking about later about the kind of stuff that we would, obviously you saw we did, there was a lot of freestyling and singing along the walk, but, we also talked about all kinds of skits and ideas, and, we were developing all kinds of different things as we were walking along. But yeah, so this episode we start off in Circus. It was one of the first hotels that we stopped off at, and yeah, we were all hanging out, set up the little campground in the hotel, and kicked everything off. And then we have a nice episode just kind of cruising through the streets, messing around, seeing what's going on. We're going to basically be in Vegas for the next couple episodes because we met lots of new friends and got to experience a lot of different things, meet a whole bunch of new artists. We got an interview on a radio station. So there's all kinds of stuff coming up in the next few episodes, but enjoy this one because this had us all just kind of getting settled down into Vegas. We're here today with Rocco and Kam. What's happening, Rocco?
What's going on? What's going on, Kev? another interesting episode. This one's filled with a lot of comedy. I guess I had a question about what inspired Cam to try and build a wingsuit. Where did that pop into your head, and why were you focused on that at that point?
Oh man. All right. So the wingsuit was just funny, man. I mean, I always have these crazy ideas to do stuff like that, but I feel like I saw a video of somebody doing it at the time or something. I don't know. I feel like I saw that, but it just seemed logical. It was like, man, all you need is just a little, like a squirrel, like the flying squirrels. Man, I was on another page, is what it was, Jack. It's just a funny idea, man. I always get these crazy ideas, it seems like. And, it's not that crazy because it is a thing. And it was a thing before. I guess I knew it was a thing. And it became a little more popular after that, with people, videos and stuff like that going viral, flying and over statues and, all kind of places and stuff like that, over buildings and the Alpha Mountains. So, yeah, that was an interesting idea. Yeah. We had a few, man. Like the road will give you some ideas when you're out there and you're just like walking. And I'll never forget. And this is later on in the walk. I don't know if we have video coverage of it or anything like that, but there's these things in the road. I know everyone knows when you're driving, there's these little divots in the road. If you drift off to the right, too far, you'll hear your tires go over like, right? And it made a tone. It made like a note. It was like a consistent note. It was like, and I was like, oh, hey, you can make a song out of the road if you put those little divots into certain parts and you drive at a certain speed. It'll make a sound depending on how. It just all made sense. I was like, oh, that's how that thing's making sound. I was like, there's got to be a way to do that. Fast forward a few years later. Honda or some commercial, they did exactly that. It was like driving over divots in the road. I was like, that was my idea. They stole it. It always happens, man. It always happens. But that you never thought about that unless you were on the road every day like that. So I thought that was a interesting thing. But yeah, man, the getting back to the flying suit, I just want to fly, man. That's all. I just like flying, and I wish I could fly.
Yeah, I think we all would have been on board to try that out if you got that mastered. You got that suit on. But yeah, man, like you said, that was just some of the fun stuff. We would just kind of be talking all kinds of crazy stuff when we were out walking together and coming up with ideas for different skits or different things to kind of be silly, and that became, yeah, for sure, a part of the circus kind of campground in the hotel room skit, kind of kick everything off with one of our famous meals. I think that was a meal that Jordan prepared for Derek when they were lost on the on the Pacific Crest Trail. I think that's what they had for dinner that night when they were like out, like that the night that you guys got when they got the helicopter rescue ride. I think that's what Jordan made them for dinner was salt and pepper stew, because that's all they basically had. So they just like boiled up some water and put some salt and pepper in it. So it was like, oh, that's got to be our little. Once we get to Vegas, that's got to be our home cooked meal as a crew once we get back together. So that was a real funny little bit. And then Jordan put the ketchup in as the little icing on the cake for the completing the red section.
Definitely wish me and Jonathan had that. At least some salt and water.
Oh yeah,
if you had some salt and water soup, we would have made it.
I know, man. Yeah, that's a serious feeling when like something like that is like, oh man, that's a game changer. If we would have had some salt and pepper water, that would have totally changed everything. A little salt pepper flavored water, man, that would have been great. Keep you guys in the game a little bit longer. Yeah, so for the rest of this episode, we pretty much, it was our first day walking around Las Vegas. It was a Thursday night. We were seeing what we could get into. So do you remember anything about first night in Vegas? And then now again, being around huge crowds of people, trying to get out there and talk to people about the walk?
Vegas, since that's so close to home, I've been to Vegas a lot growing up and all of that stuff. So my head was in Vegas mode, you know what I mean? Like we're having fun. It was an adventure as well. So it was like a different Vegas experience than I've had all my, Vegas experiences, because I walked in.
Yeah, we had a big hookup from your family, from your mom, your auntie and stuff that was singing out there. Had like a residency out in Las Vegas that hooked us up with like buffets, and we had hotels, sometimes when we wanted to. But do you remember what the give a shout out for that? And that was a nice little hookup.
Definitely, yeah. My aunt, basically friend of the family, Reggie. She had a residency out there, and she helped us out. She got us a hotel room one night, I think, at a spot, or discounts and stuff like that. Just a lot of friends. My mom used to go out there all the time. She was a singer. She was singing with Smokey, and we would stay at different hotels and stuff. So that's my experience going to Vegas was, always fun and always good. And this was just like icing. This is icing on the cake because of the way we did this. But yeah, man, like, got to give shouts out to everybody that like really supported us while we were out there. Jonathan's grandmother allowed us to stay at her house, and we camped out basically in her living room. And it was amazing, man. We met Kyle. We met all these cool people out there. Yeah, I can't even say, man. It was amazing. It was amazing because a lot of these things are coming back as we go over it all, and you sometimes you forget what you've really done. And when I remember it now.
Yeah, do you remember anything too about I don't know if anybody caught the little skit that we were kind of, not really a skit, but we were talking about at the end, if that was like over people's head. But at the end of the episode, we're doing a lot of I don't know if you remember about we were talking about the tension between Kit and Michael from Knight Rider. I don't know if anybody got that, but that's basically what we're talking about at the end.
It took me like 10 minutes to figure out what you guys were talking about until somebody was like, did the, Kit, come in. And then I was like, all right, now I understand. But I was like, what the heck are these guys talking
Yeah,
about?
that was like an ongoing thing. We kept thinking of little things like Michael, and it kept coming back with new things that Kit was getting from Michael, because Kit kept trying to impress Michael and was trying to make him happy. And we didn't really explain that too well in the episode, but that was like an ongoing gag. We were of Michael's. Kit's love for Michael in the old series Knight Rider. I know there was a reboot of Knight Rider. I don't know if there was the same relationship tension, but yeah, it was definitely there back in those David Hasselhoff days. I'm pretty certain about that.
They always had their little tit for tat arguments. What, Michael? Derek was hilarious, man. He had jokes.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, we gotta talk to. I haven't talked. I talked to him a few times off and on. He was out here maybe a couple years ago. The Doomster came out to Pennsylvania and hung out here for a little bit.
But I just had another memory of an invention that he that Derek was always talking about. I don't remember where it was. I feel like maybe we were a little further, like Arizona or something. But uh, mother's milk.
Oh my God, yeah, I remember that, and that was in Mad Max too, man. That ended up in the Mad Max movie Fury Road.
Oh,
Did you
that's
see,
right.
did you see that?
I think I did. I remember that. I remember it.
That was a whole huge key part of that was mother's milk, basically. His whole idea.
Yeah, he had this idea. He was like, man, it's called mother's milk, but the receptacle is a breast. And
Packaging and selling breast milk to. I was like, yeah, I was like, I don't know. But he was just trying to figure out how to industrialize breast milk.
like that skit show character though, that guy, like the Loomis Simmons. I don't know if you remember Loomis Simmons from In Living Color.
Hi, my name is Loomis Simmons, and if you put your mind to it, you can make me rich.
Yeah,
He was always trying to sell something like some ridiculous product.
Did you guys intend to stay in Vegas for as long as you did, or was it kind of something that you got caught up in the vortex of Vegas?
It was a little bit vortex, and it was more so like because we had been in the desert for so long, and this was civilization, and we were making connections, and it was about us connecting with people, and so we were trying to do that as much as possible. We were trying to figure out ways we could maybe make some money here and there, you know what I mean? And the situations that we got in was what would keep us there. We were just like hanging on as long as stuff was happening, and then it was like, all right, let's keep it moving.
We were taking a break because we had just come through the desert, but like we were getting prepared to go right back into it, because after Vegas, Arizona, we crossed over at the Hoover Dam, but, we're right back into desert, pretty much. And it kind of also changed, now we're in the orange section, and now we're dealing with emotion is what this whole next section from Las Vegas to Four Corners. So that's the next chunk, and that's pretty much all straight desert. And, again, we had in this episode, I remember clearly where, there was a point at the Grand Canyon when we were walking up, Jono was like, again, like, I don't care what it costs. Like, we need a helicopter now. like where we were at that point again, where we were like pretty much at the end. So, I mean, we're still going through it. We still got a lot of stuff we're going to be learning, a lot of different, stuff, but we are definitely not out of the desert yet in this orange section walking through Arizona. Cam, did you have any I mean, it's tough to say because we were all just excited to be in Vegas, so we kind of like really compartmentalized a lot of stuff. We weren't looking too far into the future and thinking about these kind of things. We were like very, this mission was in the moment, being in the flow of things, and that was like our safest and best place, headspace even to be in. But did you have any thoughts about, were you even at that point where you were thinking ahead of desert in front of us still and getting into Arizona, Grand Canyon, all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, just I remember that, that stretch of the walk, when once we did start to get to that point, being just a different level, just a different level, man. Like it was just leveling, different levels at each step of the way. So yeah, man, it was exciting. Yeah, that's what I was really remember thinking about.
Yeah, remember when that guy gave us that $100 for that one T-shirt? I'm gonna put the clip right here. Bob.
What's it again?
Sean.
Sean?
Yeah.
You are a blessed soul.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Kick ass, dude.
Yeah, man. Wish us luck. Sign in our guest book.
Wish you guys luck.
But yeah, that was cool, man. People showing the love out on Vegas, out on the Strip. Sharing some of their winnings with the United Souls crew, feeling a little lucky. That was another thing you could see when we were walking, like Jordan was all hype and he was like, I feel a little something in my stomach. I feel a little lucky. And it was like, yeah, I think that might have been the salt and pepper stew, but maybe you feel it. I don't know. So thanks, everybody. That was our first episode in Section 2, Episode 10, Celebrate Again. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for following along. I want to give a lot of love and thanks to Kam and Rocco for jumping on. Thanks, Kam, for jumping on today.
Hey, thank you, man. It was great, man. I'm going to see you guys next week.
All right. Rocco, thank you, man. It was great having you in.
Thanks to you too. Great to be here, and I can't wait to continue on this adventure.
Yeah, buddy. All right, we'll see you later, Kam. All right, so that was another great episode. It's always great to have Kam jump on. Me and Rocco are just here in the studio. I think possibly next week, we're going to try to show you a little bit more about what we're doing over here at WagonWorks, show our studios off a little bit, introduce you to some of the other artists that are out here. Like I said, we are out here in the mountains of Pennsylvania, kind of the northeast mountains. I don't know if people have heard the Poconos, but we're kind of up around that area in Pennsylvania. And yeah, we'd love to show you a little bit more around what we're up to as we kind of progress in these episodes. We're going to start producing episodes of our own of here at WagonWorks and show some of the projects that are going to be going on, some of the new content that we hope to start sharing as we kind of build up this channel and we build people checking this out. So I want to give another shout out. Thank you so much, Rocco. And also, Rocco, how's it been checking out these videos and watching us do this walk thing? Like I said, we've talked a little bit about how, you've done some walks and a lot of creative projects. Are you feeling the inspiration, the creativity?
It's definitely tough for me to watch an adventure like this and not want to put my hiking shoes on and go out, especially this time of year. Like as soon as the weather changes, I get itchy feet, and I just love going on long walks and adventures, and this is inspiring me to do something of this nature again.
Stay inspired. It's all about taking one step at a time, putting one foot in front of the other. You're going to get there in the end. We hope that this adventure is inspiring you as much as it continues to inspire us. Peace and love. We'll catch you guys next week.
Splashing. Michael, you're splashing.
No way.
I'm getting really wet, Michael.